My name is Kobe, and I'm with Beamr. I actually lead the alliances for Beamr with NVIDIA and AWS. These are the main partnerships that we have. And I also lead the sales for EMEA. I wanted to talk with you about a very powerful capability that actually NVIDIA have developed, which is super resolution, real-time live 4K streaming capability. But before we actually deep dive into how this works and how we support this process and what is our joint value proposition, I want to take a minute to explain a bit about who we are, what do we do as Beamr. So first of all, we are a software technology company focused on video compression. This is what we do. We've been doing that for the last 15 years. And what makes our solution unique in this space is that we have built our own patent-protected video encoder. We have built a specific algorithm that makes our solution unique in this space. This algorithm is called CABR, and it stands for Content Adaptive Bitrate. While most of the solutions out there today work with a constant bitrate, the way that we operate is that we are able to get to each frame separately, evaluate the content, and basically we always preference quality. So wherever we can compress, we'll compress to the maximum extent possible. We work well within the standards. We support AVC, HVC, and AV1. And usually the results that we are seeing is anywhere between 30 to 50% additional compression on top of already compressed video files. So that's basically what we do. And I think what's more important here is to state before we move forward the fact that we have a very strategic partnership with NVIDIA. It took us quite a while, but we co-built APIs that are actually together with NVENC, with the physical hardware encoder that NVIDIA has within the GPUs. And essentially we brought our technology, we brought CABR into the GPUs. What we wanted to talk about today. So let's talk about live streaming in sports. There are a couple of things that we actually know, and I want to basically state them. So we know that most of the TV sets nowadays support 4K, but we also know that most of the infrastructure that is now still being used in live sports, the vast majority of it supports 720p, okay? We also know that sports fans are actually opting into subscriptions. They're willing to pay quite a lot of money on a monthly basis to see their sports channel, their teams, or their favorite league in the highest resolution and the highest video quality possible. One of the challenges is that when the infrastructure is built on 720p, and this might be upgraded in the next few years, even though your television supports 4K, you're not getting this feed. Okay, and we know that this is probably going to be upgraded during the next few years, but this is what NVIDIA actually brings right now, is the ability to AI enhance a 720p input by actually adding AI-based details into the video feed and actually being able to stream live 4K right now. Maybe just a short explanation of how this works, right? And this is what NVIDIA have developed. So you get the 720p input, and essentially it goes through the whole process of AI enhancement, and it's being essentially enhanced to a 4K video feed. But that's the challenge, right? When you enhance a 720p from 720p to 4K, you get 9 times the size, right? Because you add much more pixels. And this is where we come into play. The fact that we have developed direct APIs to the NVIDIA NVENC give us the possibility actually to run right after the process of the AI enhancement and actually encode the video and compress it to the extent that instead of this being a 4K file, which is 9 times the size, it will be twice the size or 1.5 times of the size, but the actual quality that the end user, the end viewer will see right now is 4K, but the size of the file will not be much larger than the original 720p. Obviously not 9 times the size. So that's exactly what we bring into the market, NVIDIA brings into the market with this great capability that can be actually ran right now without waiting for all the infrastructure to be upgraded in the next few years, which will definitely will today. And one of the capabilities we bring is the capability to make sure that this streams in real time, 4K, 60 frames per second, but not the size of a 4K, which is 9 times bigger than the 720p. So what you see here on the left side, and you can see the details on the upper left side. On the left side, you see a 720p feed, and here you can see a 4K file, right? Same video, enhanced and compressed by Beamr. Okay, you can see more or less the same size in this case. This is a very good example, okay? In certain situations, you will see a larger file, but as I said, it's not going to be more than twice the size or 1.5 the size of the original file. In this case, it's actually the same size. A few additional details that we can understand out of this capability. So essentially, we take 720p, and NVIDIA is able to add AI enhance it to 4K. It's real-time processing using NVIDIA's GPUs. You cut the delivery cost by around 50% because basically it's not 9 times the size, but only 2 times the size at the worst case. And the main idea in this scenario, in this use case, is that essentially for these streaming companies, broadcasting companies, they can now offer 4K feed to their subscribers and essentially monetize this, right? So subscribers ideally will be paying more because they're actually going to get 4K, and they don't have to wait until all the infrastructure will be upgraded. That's it.